And now let's look at question 2. Question 2 says, what is a bounded sequence and what is a monotonic sequence? And then C is, what can you say about a bounded monotonic sequence? And let's go to the solution. Again, we're dealing in this case with the monotonic sequence theorem. Alright, so now let's take a look at the solution. So part A, what is a bounded sequence? So again, recall from my earlier video, this one is, here's a sequence is bounded above. So definition, a sequence AN is bounded above if there's a number capital M such that AN is always less than and equal to M for all N is greater than 1. It is bounded below if there is a number lowercase m such that M is always less than or equal to the AN terms of the sequence for all N greater than or equal to 1. If it is bounded above and below, then AN is a bounded sequence. So that's a bounded. It's bounded above and bounded below. So the graph below is an example of a bounded sequence, a bounded sequence or a sequence bounded above by capital M or L and bounded below by 0. So if you have L there, or you can just have M here, say an absolute high number, if you haven't solved the limit, and there's a 0 right here, this one here. So these are the terms of the sequence. They're all between this range. There's capital M and there's a 0. So this is bounded above and below. So that's a bounded sequence. All right, so now let's look at part B. What is a monotonic sequence? Let's go over here. So part B, a sequence is monotonic if it is either increasing or decreasing as per the same video above. So from this link right here, then we have this right here. So definition, a sequence AN is called increasing if AN is less than AN plus 1. So the AN plus 1 is always greater than the previous one. The N plus 1 greater than N. For all N greater than or equal to 1. That is, A1 is less than A2 and less than A3. In other words, A2 is greater than A1, A3 is greater than A2. So you're always increasing the terms like that. And it is called decreasing if AN is greater than AN plus 1. So in other words, the next term is getting, is smaller than the previous. So it's getting smaller and smaller. For all N greater than or equal to 1. It is called monotonic if it is either increasing or decreasing. So yes, monotonic is just going the one way, mono. So mono for one direction, one way. It's either increasing or either decreasing. So that is a bounded, and so the part A is bounded, B is monotonic, and now C is, what can you say about a bounded monotonic sequence? And you can recall from the same video above, monotonic sequence theorem, every bounded monotonic sequence is convergent. In other words, for example here, this one is monotonic, it's always increasing. So monotonic, but it has an upper limit. So in other words, it's going to eventually be less than this. Yeah, it's going to be less than M. So in other words, you're going to actually have a limit there. So it's always increasing in this case, but it's always, but it's bounded. So in other words, it's obviously convergent. So yes, very, very interesting.